Well, hello, I'm Nathan Judah. I'm here with not Wolves reporter, he's Walsall reporter, but Wolves fan, taking the place of Mr. Joe Edward-Starr, who's getting married today. Mr. Liam Keane. Liam, how was your first Nuno press conference of the season? Did you enjoy it? Was it everything you hoped for and more?
Yes. I don't know if you really should be mentioned I'm a Wolves fan, because the Walsall fans know, but I didn't really want to shout it out there.
Everyone's a Wolves fan, mate. No one's a Sadness fan these days.
Yeah, I was going to say to you, actually, it's my first time here since 2 years ago when I was on work experience.
Oh, really?
With you and Tim.
And now
you definitely don't remember me.
I've absolutely zero idea, mate, to be honest. Who are you? Liam Keane, Walsall reporter. Great. Well, there you go. Yeah. What do you think of Nuno? I mean, to be fair, you've got a good Nuno today. He was in great spirits. He was fist bumping. I call it pump. I've always called it fist pump. I call it fist bump. Fist bumping.
Fist bump.
I don't quite understand the whole. How is a fist bump better than a handshake? Surely you're still in contact.
I don't think it is better, but
it's not, is it?
Is
it one of those where we've got to? We can't shake. So, but we don't really. We're not massively concerned. So let's bump.
I thought it was a bit odd, but
you didn't think you'd be talking about this, did you, at the start of this video?
Well, no.
This is what the peeps want to know.
Yeah, well, I mean, Nuno came over, sort of fist bumped everyone, and sort of went for me twice because he obviously forgot he did it the first time.
Yeah, you obviously.
So I put my hand up to do it again, and then he realised me and just moved his hand away.
Oh, mate, that is terrible. You got left short, didn't you, by Nuno in the presser?
And then you sort of barged into me by accident. He apologised, to be fair to me, but that was the very start. That was my first impression.
It's a big moment for you.
Big moment,
but he was in good spirits, and why not?
Yeah.
You know, you've just been Tottenham 3-2, and look, they've got Brighton at home, completely different game. Brighton are fighting for the lives at the bottom of the table, and we talk about game at a time every single week. At the same time, you know, these next 4 to 5 games, if Wolves are going to go for the Champions League football, and look, they're capable of Champions League football, they need to beat teams like Brighton at home. Simple as.
Well, simple as, yeah. They're definitely capable of it, aren't they? They did result against Spurs the other day. An excellent comeback, well, twice from behind in that game. And you look at Brighton, who are they're 1 point off the bottom 3. They're joint points with 2 or 3 teams that are down there. They're right in a dogfight, basically.
Yeah.
They need the points. They need to start picking up the points. So it's not going to be an easy game by any means, which I think is what Nuno tries to bring across regularly within his press conferences and team talks. So it's basically a game that Wolves should win. But there's been times when Wolves should win games and they haven't. Yeah. Which is probably the worry. Wolves seem to play better in situations where they're probably not as fancied. So they're coming up against a side that potentially going to match them with system. Brighton have played a 3 at the back at times this season, and are probably going to want to shut them out, flood the midfield, shut them out. And if you look at the fixtures, they've got Brighton, Bournemouth, Villa, West Ham coming up. That might be the wrong order, but those are their ones coming up. And realistically, the maximum points is from those 4 games.
I think, yeah.
How unrealistic that is, but
look, I think you've got to be absolute minimum 9 from 12. I really do,
so, yeah.
And you know, hopefully, you never know. Let's get 4 from 4. Team-wise, you know, Ruben Vinagre had an indifferent game at Spurs. Look, great going forward. Still got you know, areas to get better defensively, but we're probably almost certainly going to see him again with Johnny being ruled out.
Yeah, so Nuno's confirmed that Morgan Gibbs-White and Johnny have got some issues. And it's unlikely we're going to see them.
We've all got issues.
Yeah. Morgan has hurt his ankle in an under-23 game, so that's another setback for him following his back injury. So that's obviously terrible news for him. Hopefully not too long. And yeah, Johnny, he didn't give a time frame, but it's expected he's not going to be in for tomorrow. So Vinagre's got an opportunity here, is the way I see it. It's something I put to Nuno in there as well. It's an opportunity for him to stake a claim in a season where he's probably played slightly less than he would like to. Johnny's been in excellent form and has been excellent going forward and in defence, where potentially at times going forward he was criticised for his final pass. Vinagre, we all know how fast he is. He's tricky, he's good going forward. Defensively, he struggles at times. I think Bergwijn gave him a few issues against Spurs. And
good player, though, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, he's coming up against. It's not like he's coming up against sort of
the Liam Keanes of
the league, the 1 and 2 players. He's coming up against very good players here. A player who's come through in PSV and was a very good player. So it's. But he needs to stake a claim now. He needs to take this opportunity while Johnny's out. Nuno didn't see it the same way. He saw it as everyone's going to get opportunities. But realistically, for him, it's a chance to get a run in the side, and we're expecting to see him play, and hopefully, because I thought also against Espanyol in the first half, he struggled a bit as well in the second leg. So it's there's a couple of games in a row there where he's defensively waned a little bit. If he can put that right and look a bit more solid, I think with Sykes next to him, it's going to help as well. Then hopefully he'll be able to take this opportunity. But good competition though, either way.
Good competition, plenty of competition up top as well. But good news is that Nuno said that Traoré is ready to go. He's ready to play.
Yes.
After dislocation, they're working on solutions, but he is ready to go. He's available for tomorrow.
Yeah, he's available. It's a concern still, which is something that they hinted on. Something they're going to look at again, which they've hinted on potentially in the summer. There's been a lot of talk about surgery potentially in the summer. The issue being that if he ends up getting in the Spain squad for the Euros again, it's going to potentially knock that back, and so there are a lot of things that need sort of ironing out.
Yeah. But for the short term and at least for tomorrow, he's good to go. And hopefully he plays. You know, he's got options. Like you say, he can play Pedro Neto in there. Podence is an option. He can go for two up front and play Jota and Jimenez. So just because he's available doesn't mean to say that he's going to be in the starting 11. But hopefully, I mean, I hope he does start from the beginning. I think Wolves are better as a three, generally, but we'll soon see what Nuno has to say. He's sprung plenty of surprises this season, hasn't he?
It's that balance, I think, isn't it? Because it's, I think personally, when you play that three, Jota's not quite as good. I think he's better at a two. It's that balance between it, and also against the Brighton side, which, as I said, may match the formation, may flood the midfield. They may want to go with the three in midfield and play Dendoncker. So I think it's weighing up how fit he is compared to the opposition, which I think is something Nuno's touched on quite heavily, that he will change depending on the opposition, but then taking all the factors into account as well. So yeah, he's fit. Whether he plays or not again is another thing. As you said, Neto, Podence, they're options, aren't they?
Yeah, and look, he also talks about squad happiness and team togetherness. We saw Raul's gender reveal party, as is the way that America do it these days. Now it's come across here.
As everything does.
Yes, it does, of course.
As you would know. Of course.
I would know this. We've talked about gender reveal parties. Not that we've got a baby or anything like that. Yeah, but maybe a Pomeranian reveal. Well, we'll soon see. But look. It is important squad togetherness, and yes, when you're winning, obviously it's happy. But this goes beyond this. You know, the families are very, very close. We saw a lot of them at Molineux the other day for this gender reveal. But they have team meetings, they have meals together. It's not just like a segregation thing where you keep certain countries together at the meal table. They're all eating together. They're all living together. They're all very friendly, aren't they? It's very important.
It's funny. This reminds me of. Gabby Bonglehor did an interview with TalkSport. You'll wonder where this is going to go now, but speaking about Remy Gardner,
lives very close to me, Gabby, to be fair. So,
well,
keep your noise down, by the way, at night time.
When Remy Gardner was at Villa, they had the cliques of the Frenchmen that were constantly sort of together. There was that they weren't as a team really, which segregated. I think is segregated. That's the word I'm thinking of. I know you'd find it. Which is not the feeling you get here with Wolves.
No.
There's a lot of Portuguese players, obviously, but with the mixture of nationalities, it seems very close. And I don't know if you've seen the video yet, but it's a great video with Raul. Yeah, it's really nice, and you can see there just the.
He's happy because it's a boy. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll be a worldie. The Jota and Rui Patricio were there. You can see. I'm sure the players and families were there as well, and it's that happy feeling togetherness, which is tough with foreign players sometimes because they come over. It's a different culture, a different weather. Apart from today, it's lovely, but normally a different weather, and they have to bed in quickly. You saw with Cutrone. There's suggestions that he didn't bed in quite as well as he would have hoped, and those attributes have to come together. All the ingredients have to come together, and it's something that Nuno's building, and he's obviously been quite pleased with, which is something as you say, he's sometimes can be a bit spiky. Today he was in a good mood and was very happy to talk about the family side of the club, which is always good.
So Wolves fan / Walsall reporter Liam Keane, I need a prediction from you. It is Wolverhampton Wanderers against Brighton and Hove Albion, please.
I'll say 2-0
okay.
to the old gold and black.
Oh, very nice, very nice. I'm going to go 1-0. It's a dour game, need the fans, make sure the fans turn up.
So you're looking forward to it then?
66th minute, Willy Bolly header, back post.
I tell you what,
25 to 1.
I saw Willy Bolly in person.
Big boy, isn't he?
I didn't realise how big he was.
Oh,
until
he's a
you
big
see him
boy,
in person.
mate.
He is massive.
He is a big unit, to be fair to him. We love him. It won't be you tomorrow then, will it? What are you doing? What game are you doing?
I am doing Walsall at home to Exeter. There was... Why are you pulling that face? There is no place on earth I'd rather be.
That's an absolute 100% line, you know it.
No.
Myself and Matt and Mayer will be at the game tomorrow. Good luck, Joe, in your wedding this afternoon. We weren't invited to the day do, but that's fine. I'm over it. It is the big game. It is Brighton against Wolves. For all the build-up on this one, make sure you log on to expressandstar.com.